everybody, it's Rich and welcome to today's beer review. And today we are going to be looking at Loch Lomond Brewery's Silkie Stout. This is an oatmeal stout coming in at 5% ABV. Got some cool artwork on the can as well. Let's go check this one out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to today's beer review. And I am not coming to you from the bar, as you can see. I am actually coming to you from the island of Skye in Scotland, where I am in an Airbnb that was once a church. So, and I'm actually shooting this one on Easter Sunday. So, I mean, talk about sort of an odd type of experience to be shooting a beer review in a church, and particularly in the bedroom. I wanted to do it here because I thought this chair was funky. There's like this poster bed, and I'm gonna lift up just so you can see, but there's like the old church window there, stuff like that. And I thought this was a pretty cool room. Actually, this is one of the cooler Airbnbs I have been in. So what I'm going to do is probably shoot a few of these in different rooms so you guys can see them as we go. Anyway, let's check this one out. This is Loch Lomond Brewery's Silkie Stout. This is an oatmeal stout coming in at 5% ABV, and it's in a 440 milliliter can. Now, it says that this is an iconic beer with iconic beauty. It's Pacifica and First Gold with roast coffee, rich flavors, some chocolate, and what else? I guess that's about it. Now, yesterday I was in Loch Ness and we saw Loch Ness and we took a boat ride on it, and then we went to the castle at the end of Loch Ness, which was a lot of fun. And I really didn't want to make the mistake I made when I visited the Galapagos earlier this year, which was not doing beer reviews while I was there. Now, I was there on a trip and I had too many responsibilities. It just wasn't going to happen. So this is a family event. We're here with some friends. And I thought, why not? Now, this is a 440 milliliter can, which is basically a 16-ounce can. And the funny thing about it is, I found this in Ireland. I found this in England. I now find it in Scotland. The beer is really inexpensive. So like this can cost me about £2. So about $2.50, which is not bad, all things considered. Now, I don't want to get too close to the camera in your face because the lighting is weird and the angle is weird. But let's pop this open and let's see how this one is. Do the pour. Pours a really nice dark, almost chestnut brown. Sort of hard to see here. And has a nice head to it. I know I am not using the proper glassware for this. Can't do anything about that. Not in my house. Guess church, I don't know whose house it is now since, it's been decommissioned and made into an Airbnb. So let's see what it smells like. Ooh, the nose on this is very nice. You really get the oatmeal. You get the roasty notes of that coffee and that chocolate. I have to tell you, like this particular, not flavor profile, but aroma, I think is fantastic. Again, I'm getting notes of chocolate. I'm getting some notes of coffee. I'm getting, definitely that good roastiness. And by the way, there is noise in the background. Forgive me. I am staying with, a bunch of people. So I know I'll run it through a filter and see what I can take out. But there is like a hairdryer going somewhere in this place. So this smells fantastic. Coffee notes, chocolate, that nice roastiness. All right, you know what? Let's give it a taste. Oh my God. That is just gorgeous. A nice roasty profile to it. In fact, I'm getting a lot of coffee on the front end. As it goes down, I get more of that sort of that chocolate flavor. But I almost expected this, and it sounds so silly, but it was because the can was purple or something, and I thought for some reason this would have more of a sweet milk chocolate, but it doesn't. It actually has more of a dark chocolate aroma to it and a dark chocolate taste to it. So you're not talking about something that's cloyingly sweet. And it's also not super thick. I was really thinking that this would be more chewy than it is. It's actually really sort of light, really nice and refreshing. And I have to say, really, really easy to drink. Normally, the way I look at a beer and determine whether or not it's crafted well is, did the beer, you know, display its alcohol? In other words, do you feel the burn? Now, I have found in Scotland and England and Ireland that most of the beer is very low ABV. In particular, it's normally below like 4%, 5%. This is a 5%er, so it's sort of on the heavy side for the UK. But I have to be honest, even though it is a little bit heavier ABV wise, you can't taste the alcohol in this. This goes down like a very good. I have to say, it tastes almost like a cup of coffee with a little bit of chocolate melted in it. But that semi-sweet chocolate, not milk chocolate. So, oh, and the carbonation is robust, but it's nice because as you're swallowing it, it sort of brings all that flavor into your, really into your nose, and you get to feel and enjoy the flavor even more as it goes through sort of the olfactory senses. I really like this one. Now, because it is an oatmeal stout, I think this probably would travel quite well. So would I buy this if I saw this in America? Absolutely. This is fantastic. You know, I have to say, I think England, Ireland, now Scotland, does beer that is a little bit better than most of the American beer, including the craft beer that I drink. So, is this good? I think it's fantastic. And like I said, this is not a $16 bottle of beer like I would get at home. This cost me $2.50, and I can sit here drinking this probably for the next half hour or so and really, really enjoy the flavor because it does have such a good flavor to it. So would I recommend it again? Absolutely. This is fantastic. So once again, this is Loch Lomond Brewery's Silkie Stout, Oatmeal Stout. And I have to tell you, I think it's fantastic. Now, this was brewed, it says product of Scotland, brewed and canned by Loch Lomond Brewery, Block 2, Unit, I think it's Unit 11, Vale of Leven Industrial Estate. And that's, and it's a product of Scotland. So, I mean, I have to tell you, I think that Loch Lomond Brewery, this is a hit. If I saw this again, I would definitely buy it. If you're in Scotland, it's worth the £2.50 to check it out because it is a really well-crafted beer, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to sit back, enjoy the rest of this, enjoy the setting that I'm in, and hopefully give you all another chance to see another part of this really, really interesting Airbnb. Anyway, see you next time. Cheers.